we live? Hello everybody, it is me, Gideon, also known as Gideon's Light, and my husband is also in the studio, Arno, also known as Ottilie Arno. So we are painting and jamming together. I was just a guest co-host to a beautiful 24-hour paint jam event with Whitney Freya, and this is what I did with the guys. We painted a cosmic ohm, and I showed them some beautiful techniques in breaking in the canvas and how to block in this powerful uplifting vibrational symbol of the ohm. And right now I'm just tweaking it a little bit. It's those things that artists love to do when they are nearing completion of a painting, but you know, those little details take a bit of time. So I thought I would invite you guys into my studio while I'm doing just that, and just share with you guys what we experienced during this very interesting painting jam. Now I unfortunately did not paint the entire 24 hours. When my head sees the pillow around 10 o'clock, that is my time to go lights out. And so 24 hours awake is something I haven't done in a long time. How about you, Arno?
Yeah, quite some time.
It's definitely, I don't think something I'll be able to do without serious caffeine kind of thing to keep the eyes open. But yeah, it can be quite a spiritual experience to go through something like staying awake for 24 hours, especially if you use it with an intention. And this weekend is summer and winter solstice, depending on which hemisphere you reside in. And it is also the conclusion of a Mercury retrograde, and this one was particularly tough because Mars was involved, as I understand it. And it is also an eclipse, am I right? An eclipse and a full moon.
Yeah.
Sure. Talk about a lot of energies that we are riding at the current moment. And then I also learned that right this weekend, at the exact moment of the full moon, the sun will be exactly its polar opposite, with the planet Earth in the middle. And then the light and shadow of the two hemispheres forms a perfect yin and yang. One part of the planet in daylight and one part of the planet in darkness, and then the moon and the sun filling that exact polar opposite. Is quite phenomenal to see that, you know, showed out on a world map. I was quite fascinated when I learned about that. And you, baby?
Yes, it was spectacular, and it was so synchronistic with other stuff happening. And you know, sometimes you can just see, you know, you can just see how everything fits in. That you're just, you know, a cog in the machinery that's the universe.
Yes, exactly. Without your conscious, you know, will or drive, things are happening at the right moment and at the right time. There's that famous saying, watch Mother Nature, she never hurries, and yet everything is always accomplished exactly on time. That is actually quite amazing. When you just rest a little bit in the universe and allow things to unfold as it should, then, you know, everything comes to you in that perfect timing. And I think that's another way of calling it grace. I think, you know, if you are able to rest in that knowing that we are actually carried all the time. We think we're running and walking, but we're actually carried. Isn't that beautiful? So what I'm doing right now is I'm just enhancing my halo of white around my own. And I'm just using zinc white now, because zinc white gives me a beautiful translucency, so it doesn't completely cover what is happening on underneath. So it just illuminates, because I worked with titanium white and a dry brush technique around the own, and now I'm just refining that using the exact same brush that I did when I did this painting in the 24-hour paint jam event, and just switch to zinc white. Zinc white is also known as Chinese white, so it's got a translucency to it that is what gives it its power. So this will give this piece a nice glow about it, which is exactly what I want to communicate with this beautiful painting. Oh, I see we've got some visitors. Hi Antonella, did you paint along with the 24 hours? Hi Nan. So nice to see friends. Antonella is also one of our Creatively Fit coaches, and she's a neighbor in Zimbabwe. I'm in South Africa, or we're here in South Africa. So I'm going to be sharing a link with you guys when I end this live. I'll just add it to the description of this video. And that is a link for the 24-hour paint jam with Whitney Freya on her Teachable. So if you use my affiliate link, if you want to paint along and have a lifetime access to 12 hours of coaching with 5 of our other international coaches, Antonella was also one of them, then please use my affiliate link that I will provide. It's only $33, and you will have an arsenal of technique and insight and a personal journey that you can do it at your own pace. You don't have to fit it all into 24 hours, and all of that information isn't always available for you guys. So this really is, I think, a great solstice treat to treat yourself to. And in the same way, you're supporting artists like ourselves by purchasing the course. You are also empowering us to continue to do what we are doing. So we're always grateful for that. I think now is an absolute essential time on the planet for people to activate their creative hearts, to plug in again on their divine creativity, because it's with creativity that we are able to solve the problems of our planet that we have currently. We have to think outside of the box, and we have to begin to act with a lot more respect and consideration to everyone around us if we want to grow as a humanity. I don't think we will be allowed to proceed much further until we get the lessons that we are learning right now to become true citizens of the galaxy. We need to learn some manners. I think that's a good way of putting it. Learn some respect, kindness, and some wisdom. All of these things is important right now. And creativity and remembering, embracing our creative spirit, that's definitely an essential tool. Don't you agree? Going forward, we have to be open to new ideas and trying things in new ways. And for that, we need our right brain. The left brain is there to help us to execute our instructions that we gain from our spirit and our higher self. And symbols like the Om helps us to connect with that higher vibration of universal love and light and creation energy. And when we allow that to flow through our lives, grace and ease happens. I love how the zinc white just gives me such a beautiful pastel aspect to the painting now as well. So it creates more contrast, which is yummy, especially for a graphic piece like this. But with the contrast, there's this beautiful, soft, blended glow. That's again another form of contrast, isn't it? Between hard lines, graphic lines, and soft blended lines. This little yin and yang moment that is happening right here at the tail. I didn't plan it. It just happened all on its own right now. And the minute I recognized what I'm doing, I was able to fully utilize that moment. So I'm just going to continue linking that suggestion there. Yay, that is so pretty! Holding my breath here, taking a risk.
What you doing? See.
This yin and yang happened all by itself. There was that shadow there from before when I smeared the black. And then I lightened this area and I just went around this. And then suddenly my mind recognized that there's a yin and yang for me.
That's lovely.
So I just suggested that. So I think that worked out quite nice. Seeing that that's what we're talking about the whole time.
Yes.
That this solstice has this yin and yang, and it's all about balancing the masculine and the feminine, the north and the south, the light and the dark. So that to me is absolutely precious right now. Recognizing what's going on, what's happening. We don't always have to, we can't always understand and comprehend, but when we do have moments of insight, it is quite enlightening. I'll refine that a bit more. Actually, I don't like what I just did there. So what I'm going to do, it's still, it hasn't set yet. So just using a wet brush and just scrubbing that paint up there. I think I overdid it a bit. So I'm just using my rag to just wipe it away. That's perfect. Let's see what the people are saying. We've got 4 viewers. That's so awesome. Hi from Australia. Hello, Stephanie. It's so nice. It's Stephanie, baby.
Hi, Stephanie.
So nice to see you here. Are you painting? Is it night there by you? Stephanie was in our course when we did the Creatively Fit coaching training in 2017. She's our sister from Australia. We had a lot of fun together. Okay. Get some out. I think I want to strengthen my phthalo blue a little bit more, especially here. So we did a technique called negative painting in my workshop, and that's just a way to enhance your main object by painting around it. I'm just using my phthalo blue to enhance this area a little bit. My brush is still too wet. There we go, that's a bit better. And because the phthalo blue is a very translucent blue, I can do this beautiful thin glaze or wash. And again, it helps me to define the main subject, which is our own symbol. And within that arises more opportunity to just define what we are doing. And very interesting now, this looks like a heart. Yay! I'm going to enhance that as well. That is awesome. I love these special moments in a painting when something that you didn't plan happens and you recognize it and you go with it and you trust your intuition, and then magic happens, and then people ask you afterwards, how did you do that? And honestly, you can tell them technique, maybe, you know, I did this or that, but it was a magical moment that you had between you, your soul, and the canvas. And it's very hard to put that in words for people. It's something you have to experience for yourself. It's experiential. But all I can say, it's magical. It's absolutely magical when that happens. So I just wanted to suggest that circle finishing like that. Circle bigger. So I'm using a very dry brush right now, but there's still a little bit of pigment in the bristles, and it's just damp enough to keep spreading. So this is another thing I demonstrated in this workshop, was how to do very basic blending technique of working with a dry brush and almost using it like blusher, like you would apply makeup blusher. So it's a very light brushing that you're doing the whole time, and you're using the very tip of your brush, and in this case it's a filbert. There you are, and you can see how almost fluffy it gets, and you can see how dry my brush is. So using a dry brush with a little bit of paint on it, you can blend until it's completely dry. And it gives you these beautiful soft blends that a lot of my followers always comment on. They like the way that I'm able to blend things. How do I blend in acrylic? Well, this is definitely one of my techniques. So a little golden nugget all for free. Because I like sharing. Sharing is caring. So if you're watching this green room video and you are interested in maybe doing one of my courses, I will also add a link to my Quicket profile, because I have some beautiful painting in the park courses that I put together over the summer. It's winter here now, and we took our participants to the botanical gardens here in Pretoria, and we painted in nature. That was so much fun, right, Arno?
So much fun.
And I think
Getting
in this
out, especially with the restrictions that COVID has placed on us, you know, being inside, not having our usual freedoms, it was quite nice to be able to be in the park, away from home.
let's say hello to Arno.
Hi everyone, how you all doing? Busy with my own here. Scuttling. I'm not the master scuttler that my husband is.
Scuttler, scuttling.
Scumbling, scuttling.
Scuttling, same
thing.
Same but different. Awesome, that looks so nice.
Yeah, you can turn around now. I'm getting
Okay. Let's say hello from Arno. So my husband and I, we absolutely enjoy our painting in the park workshops, because we take a very, limited amount of people because of COVID. Sorry about that. So maximum 10 people, and we obviously practice social distancing and all of that. But besides all of COVID protocol, what is so phenomenal to me as a coach is to see the people arrive, all excited, but so nervous. And as we take them through our process that we have, it is quite remarkable to see the moment when, I call it the light bulb moment, when the aha kicks in, and there's a shift in their vibration from I can't do this to I am doing it. And then to notice that very last hour of our workshop, how quiet everyone becomes. That's a remarkable moment. And that's when I say now people are truly within their right hemisphere. There's a Zen state about it, and you can see people just painting with a grin on their faces, absolutely enjoying where they are in the moment. They've completely surrendered, and they've let go of the critical voice in the left brain that's been telling them all along that they can't paint, they're not an artist. And we literally rip the carpet from underneath that limiting belief. So by the end of that workshop, if you told yourself you can't even draw a stick figure, well, guess what? You leave with a painting, regardless of what it looks like. You've been playing with paint for 4 hours, and you actually created something and that you believed you can't, and then you walk away with something that you did. And then that has a profound effect on you, because you create a new neuro-linguistic pathway, if I can put it like that, a path of possibility, infinite possibility. And you recognize that there's opportunities around you all the time, but you know, we can be so tunnel vision that we miss half of the opportunities that present itself in our lives because we are afraid. We stand in fear. And you know, our left brain tends to tell us that the only way to go forward is to do it the way that we did it yesterday or last generation or in the past. And I think that's part of the problem on our world, is we keep going in circles. history is doomed to repeat itself, because we have to awaken from this cycle of suffering. We have to awaken to our true divinity and understand that we can choose differently. And through awareness, we can begin to make that a practice by choosing a different vibration, choosing a different intention, and then, allowing to co-create with the universe. And this is what this is all about, co-creation. The symbol Om is a sacred symbol from ancient Sanskrit, and it literally represents the beginning sound, vibration, moment of all of creation. So, using this as a symbol, then to empower a new vibration and intention becomes such a powerful thing. And when you hang this in your space, you have painted it, you've created it, and you've placed intentions within it. It emanates like this halo, it represents this vibration out into your space, and it makes you happy, and it reminds you that you've made a choice and a vibration. So coming back to that workshop experience, when people leave, they've created a pin. You've dropped a pin in your mind, literally. A place where you can return even if you're not there. The fresh air, the interaction, the groundedness on Mother Earth, playing with paint, creating at a canvas, doing something you believe you couldn't do before, is life-changing. And I'm so grateful and happy to be part of that process. So,
Ella's making her own ohms here.
And I was making her own ohms. They got new toys, these two girls. And oh my word, is it a mission? Because Ella thinks it's her babies. And because she's the eldest, she believes that both is her property. And poor Libby, who's the youngest, must try and contend with that the whole time. So it becomes a process in our household, which is sometimes quite a lot of fun. Sometimes. Especially the squeaky toy. I love it, but oh my word. There you have it, the squeaky toy. So if you're new to our group, welcome first and foremost, if you guys are watching this replay. So the Creative Heart group was created with the intention of sharing this Painting Made Easy method and this beautiful coaching method that my husband and I do. We are certified creatively fit coaches, and we teach transformation through art. Basically, we facilitate transformation through art. And if you're new to our group, what I want you to do is right at the top of our group, you'll see there's a bar with a number of options. One of them now, it used to be called units, but now it is, I forgot now. Now it's units, or was it units?
I have no idea.
There's a special button at the top of our group. The word escapes me now. I think it's units. But in there is a gift for all of you. There's an entire Painting Made Easy workshop that I created for you guys. I think it's worth easily 3,000 Rand, if not more. I've spent a lot of hours filming that and sharing with you how to create beautiful art using this Painting Made Easy method. And it's available, mahala, pasela, from beginning to end, no hacks, no hidden charges, no surprises, nothing. You don't even have to acknowledge that you're in there. It's for you. I created it for you. There you go. And I do appreciate if people do the course. That's nice. That's the whole point. And then if they share some of the photographs of their process with us and allow us to support you on that beautiful journey. So if you've been wanting to learn how to paint, or paint the way that I paint, or if you've been wanting to challenge yourself and paint in a different way, maybe you are an experienced artist, sometimes it's nice to challenge yourself with a new process and to say, okay, let me try achieving this goal with that process and see how that enhances my knowledge and technique. And sometimes you arrive at an end result or an end product that's completely different, and it's exciting. So do try it out and share with us your process, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are creating. Right now, actually, at my easel, I'm finishing my third Buddha painting, and it's the Buddha under the Bodhi tree, and I'm actually quite amazed myself what is unfolding for me at the canvas, and technique wise what is being produced is just so encouraging for me at the moment. So I'm sure you guys have seen some of it, that I've shared little snippets of it, and I also have a number of commissions that's waiting for me to get into, and so there's plenty of stuff that's going to keep me busy over the next few weeks in the studio. And I think this is also my week for coaching on the Creatively Fit coaching platform. Our current group is entering Super Soul Flow, and me and two other coaches are the facilitators for that. You can hear these two munchkins playing away now. It's not even, it's 4 o'clock. I think it's supper time. It's not supper time. They've been quiet since 12 o'clock, Papa.
She's not interested in being consoled. She has an argument with her sister that she has to resolve now.
I just want to take this out and show everyone a bit closer. Look, everybody. There's a magic moment that happened right here when I came over with the white and my line is over here. I went a bit lower and out, and then I recognized this inner swirl of shadow, and then I saw the opportunity to put that little line, and then I created a yin and yang symbol. So it's very softly in the background, but it so links with what's happening with the solstice now. So I'm just going to suggest just an outline of a dark spot there, and you know, the rest is off canvas, and that's enough for the viewer to see that you've created a yin and yang in the background of your own. And then I've got some gold on the inside, and we painted the rainbow spiral. And one of the intentions that I actually forgot to mention was that this beautiful rainbow also represents pride, and my nails is actually done in the pride colors. So happy Pride to everyone. We are so proud of you. Stand tall and believe in yourself, love yourself. Love is all there is. Love is love. That's what it is. But anyway, so that's also part of my beautiful and just going to enhance some of the gold And then I think this one is pretty much done, and I can send Whitney a photograph. Check it out on my Instagram as well. My Instagram is also at Gideon's Light, or just Gideon's Light. Hashtag Gideon's Light. More gold. I must say, keeping your vibration high for a workshop is just as exhausting as a 24-hour paint jam. Exhausting, I mean, with, you know, it really draws a lot of energy out of you to keep your vibration high, and you're in that hyper state of sharing. So unless I can feel the need for some Java.
So you made some Java?
I boiled the kettle.
Oh,
and
was
then
the intention?
It was my intention. And then I got a baking, and then I thought, oh, I must speak to my people, to our people. And then that was just the right opportunity, because I was working on the painting and I wanted to share some of the process. We're boiling the kettle. Want some tea?
It's rather loud. It sounds like a compressor.
It's a metal kettle, so they always make a big noise. I know in some countries there's no such thing as an electric kettle. I think in the States you have to boil the kettle on the stove. Or it always looks like that in movies. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I always see, or it's just the way they like to do it. You know, I'm not saying there's no electric kettles, but I know in some countries they boil the water on the stove because they use gas.
And then it whistles.
And then it whistles. But here in South Africa we've got kettles that you plug in the wall and you boil it. Makes a lot of noise. And today you have hot water. Until you have load shedding. And then you can't boil the kettle. Then you wish you had a gas stove that you could boil the kettle.
I don't think the rest of the world is familiar with load shedding.
Do you guys not know what load shedding is? It's an unfortunate event here in South Africa when we go back to the darkest of Africas. There's no light, there's no power, there's no electricity. We're back to the Stone Age for 2 to 4 hours, depending on the severity of it. And then sometimes after your turn of 2 hours without power is over, then a substation trips or blows up, which then means that you could sit without power for anything from 2 hours to 7 days. And then there's the event when the electrical cables get stolen mysteriously, and then you could be without power for anything from 5 hours to 3 weeks. So yeah, welcome to our world. So we are so grateful when we have power and we have Wi-Fi, because our world can continue. It's amazing how reliant we got on these things. But that's our modern world. And luckily the power comes back on eventually. And then we can boil the kettle again. We do have a little gas stovey that we can prepare meals on. Oh, and it runs on a schedule, so you get a program depending on which stage you are in and which area you live in. And then some areas never have load shedding because they live on a line that connects the hospitals. So hospitals obviously don't get load shedding. So some people are very blessed. We unfortunately at this stage don't live on one of those lucky golden lines. So we have it often. Cool, so that is this green room. Signing off here from South Africa. Thank you guys for painting along, for checking in. Thank you for all your love and for all your beautiful comments. Here is Arno also saying bye.
Bye.
Happy Pride everyone. Stay safe.